If you're thinking about joining EVE Online, you could play for free. Your friend has personally invited you to play EVE Online through the recruitment program. You can play for free as an alpha pilot with an added bonus of 1 million skill points. Actually, that's 20 days of training, so it's 20 days of training as a members account without any benefits. So the 1 million skill points will help you get a lot further. I wish I knew about this before I started. And if 20 days of free training wasn't enough, that would be able to get you into the battleship on the first day. Just crazy. You'd be able to do so much on day one with the 1 million skill points, but they also give you 50% off on your first month of membership. So if the $15 was expensive, maybe $7.50 isn't so expensive, especially if we could find a way to Plex for free. So we pay the $7.50 and then we see if we could pay for the account just by playing the game. Plus you get daily login gifts for the first 15 days you log in, and then if you want all of these amazing benefits, all you have to do is click the link in the description, and then I think you're also added to my friends list, so you could talk to me and then maybe we could help each other out in the game that is EVE Online. Alright, so we're back here mining again. So actually, even though I said mining is terrible to do in the beginning, it all makes sense now actually. It doesn't make sense from an outside perspective because you're like, you don't want to sit here mining all day, you just want to do combat. But then if you do combat, then you're just going to be doing boring combat missions probably. Because you just warp in until your shields are down, then you warp out, then you warp in until your shields are down, then you warp in, then you warp in until your shields are down. Eventually that's how it happens. So I think we need to work on our ship skills first, and maybe industry would be more interesting. Plus it actually gives you time to get away from the computer and watch other things and focus on your character more. Because our character tree completely changed right before we were going all combat. We were like, we are going to maximize the frigate to make it as strong as possible. Like we had 4 days of training queue on our tree, and then we actually changed it again. We flew to one of these stations, right? If you go to your character sheet, basically we're looking in Spaceship Command. We flew to the station and we bought all of the skill books. So like if you were to right click this, you go view market details, all of the frigate books are only 50,000, so you'd find out where the closest one is. There's one 2 jumps away, so I believe we even went to this station. So you'd say your destination there, and then you'd go into your skill tree. Once you're inside the station, you'd say you have prerequisites for, and then they would be grayed out because you don't own the skill. Oh, like this one. Yes, we didn't buy those skills because they're a little bit expensive for the moment. So maybe open this up a bit then. Yeah, so we can open it all the way there. So this is what we got in Spaceship Command. Basically, once you're docked inside the station, you'd right click this, you'd say view market details, buy it for 50,000. Then right click this one, view market details, buy this one for 50,000. Then same with all of the industrial ships, because basically the industrial ships are going to cost like 500,000 each, I guess. So that's where all of your money is going to go in the beginning, researching ships getting these skills. Maybe we learned this skill. I think we bought that one. Engineering. Maybe see if there's any skills you wanted to buy here. I think I got energy pulse weapons. I think I bought the repair systems maybe. So we could check our sales history too. Basically, you would just sit inside the station, go through all these, and then just buy all the books that you don't have. So we learned small projectile turret, small energy turret. Then we learned like missile launcher operation. Oh, we learned rockets, missile bombardment, and defense missiles. And then drones, we learned mining drone operation. I believe it's members only, right? But it only costs 50,000 for the book, so might as well buy that and might as well learn that light drone operation. It costs 75,000. So generally all these books are going to be cheap. Just try to stick to books that are like 500,000 and under. Don't get the expensive books. And in social, we just bought the diplomacy skill. I think that was like 200,000. And then the trade skill. So our guys still mining, right? That's why mining is so good, because you could just sit here, look at your pilot skills, go search at the, you go like view market details, but like who is selling skill books, then you go dock at that station, then you go buy these skill books, and then you can come back and mine again, and then you can look at your skill tree and then try to refigure your skill tree. So production, we just got industry, mass production, advanced industry. We actually took them off of our tree. Same as science, I think, we just got a laboratory operation so we could run additional research jobs. Resource processing, we just got the mining upgrades level 1. Because with mining upgrades level 1, you can fit your ship with the mining laser upgrade. So I think we're mining a little bit better. Increases the yield on mining lasers, but causes them to use more CPU. So that's alright. So we're mining more. Attributes, mining amount bonus 5%. So the variations, we could get the mining laser upgrade 2 later. So this one's going to increase the mining amount bonus by 9%. The requirements are mining upgrades level 5, or level 4. So it's going to take 4 days to train that. So we should get that eventually. So what we did, we were looking at the adventure last time. I think we showed info, and I think we were looking at the mastery certificates, and then we started throwing some of these on here. We're looking at the resource, so mining upgrades. Although there's probably more important things for getting into industry, especially since industry level 5 is the requirement for it, right? If we go to production, we got industry. So basically, we're training mining level 4. I'll show you how we got to that conclusion. So we could shrink this a little bit. And then we could go to the top left here, Neocom menu, to the ship menu. And we go to ship tree. And then we click on ore. So you could select which race of ships you're looking at. So this would show all of the Caldari combat ships, and industrial ships would be at the bottom. Yep. And I go through the combat ships. So it'd be like, here's all the frigate ships, all these starter ships. Here's the destroyer ships, so like the tier 2 ships. And then the cruiser, so the level 3 ships, I should say, because there's like Tech 1 and Tech 2. And the next level up, you'd find the battle cruisers. So these are going to be more expensive, but to help you run higher level missions. And then eventually the battleship. So you could train to the battleship, because I was going to say this playthrough is different. If you wanted to watch another playthrough where we just explore everything in the game and where we try to focus on combat, you could basically train up to the, that's just the mastery. The requirements isn't even too high. So if you wanted to fly the Raven, you could literally fly the Raven within 3 days and 15 hours. You just have to be able to afford the thing and be able to equip it with weapons, which might take a bit. So I'd say 5 days you could train up to the Raven, then you'd have a good combat ship. And then even these earlier ships, right? The Drake or the Nega, whichever one you use, the Ferox, maybe that one's actually good. Show info requirements 1 day and 10 hours. So it doesn't even take that long to get into the battle cruiser. So you can get into these ships quick. So what we were looking at, the ship tree, was the mining ships, which would be the ore. So we're looking at all the ore ships, which would be the Venture, the mining frigate, 100% bonus to mining yield, so that's really good. So generally, compared to other ships, we're going to be mining twice as much with our miners. We just need to get better miners for the ship. Then the mining barge, so you get the Procure or the Covetor or the Retriever. So I think we're just going to get this one just because it has the most shield bonuses. So if we show info, 50% bonus, more damage. So it has drones to defend itself as well. So now that we looked at the ship tree, went to ore, we went to the mining barge, we click on the mining barge, and then we can see the traits, 5% bonus to ship shield hit points, 2% reduction in strip miner harvester, 50% bonus to drone damage. So what does this one do? Well, we could just left click it maybe. 25% reduction in strip miner. Okay. This one, or hold. So this one would hold more. So basically what we did is we went to the Procure, then we went to the requirements page. So then we found out it was going to take 7 days and 16 hours to actually train into this mining ship, although it would be a good thing to get it, because then we could just mine resources and then be AFK and then look at the regional market and then check the prices of everything, and then we could go to industry and actually make some things, and then while things are being produced and while we're researching other things, we could still just be mining, getting more resources to process into more ships and ammunition and parts probably. So then we seen that we needed a mining level 4, so we pretty much just put mining level 4 at the top because it will unlock the miner 2, which will help us mine a lot better. This looks like one of the asteroids has been destroyed. Yeah, so we're gonna have to lock onto another one. So if the asteroid has been destroyed, then you're going to have to mine from a different asteroid. So that is that mining laser, this one. It's because there's other ventures here mining. Sometimes there's like NPC venture mining operations, and they come and take everything from the asteroid belt. So we're gonna have to move locations pretty soon. So we got mining, which will give us the mining upgrade, and then gas cloud harvesting if we want it. And then we seen that we needed astrogeology, 5% bonus to mining turret yield. Now mining also gives a 5% bonus to mining yield, so astrogeology requires level 4 mining. Now we're just getting a level 3 like it says to do. It says it requires level 3, 13 hours to train that. And the mining frigate, because it says we need mining frigate level 3 skeleton operating ore frigate. So I believe this one actually, oh, it won't do that, it'll close the window. This one might get benefits every time it levels up. So then we're getting industry, because it says you need industry level 5 to be able to fly the ship. So most of the training time is actually just in industry level 5. So we're getting everything before industry level 5 and then industry level 5 itself. So we're just going industry 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just the mining barge. So the mining barge, you would just like right click it, say view market details, and then it's just in the same station that all the other books are in. So you could literally pretty much buy all the books in one station that you need. So this one's 750,000. So now our training queue shows that we have the mining barge. And if we wanted to, we could like apply all skill points and finish the training right now. Although we should probably wait, right? You should probably wait 10 days before you spend any skill points. Because even if you save them for a month, you're gonna be there a month later and you're gonna be happy that you had 1 million skill points. Or you're gonna be there a month later and you're going to wish you had 1 million skill points to re-specialize because you chose a profession. And then you decided you don't want to do that profession, so then it would take a while to train to change out. So essentially you could choose combat or mining or industry. So we did this part. I think I'm just going to look at the market. We're going to look at blueprints if we go to regional market. Then these things we could change them too, right? Like if we ever decide we want to try to learn about the other ships, we could just go to spaceship command. We already learned the skill books. All we have to do is drag the skill onto the training queue, and then we could venture into that thing. So any of these other skills, right, you could, if you wanted to, you could add them. It only takes like 9 minutes to train. It only takes like 3 hours to train. Although it would slow down your training towards the mining barge. So then if we were looking on the regional market, if we were looking for blueprints, we could pretty much just try to look for all the different blueprints. So we could look for like all the different ammunition, hybrid charges. Maybe we could try to get the blueprints. So there's actually blueprints in the system. They're not too expensive. It's just 50,000, 40,000, 20,000, 80,000. So if you just wanted to get them and then start upgrading them, we're gonna be upgrading them in another video, or maybe even this video if we put some in, and then we could start producing some things, and then we could even start upgrading some things after they have been produced, or just put them right on the market, and we could do buy orders. So there's a whole bunch of blueprints. It's just the blueprints for these ships is going to be more expensive. So we could do ammunition and charges, we could do ship equipment, we could do rigs and everything, we could make tractor beams for people. That blueprint's only 90,000, and it's all in the same place. Harvesting equipment, we could make mining lasers, miner 1 blueprint, so these should be in the same system. It's only 92,000 to buy the blueprints. Hull and armor repairs, so maybe we could buy those, 400,000 just because it's a medium. There's no small armor repairs in the system. Warp core stabilizers, so yeah, just a whole bunch of blueprints. You can look at the shields, shield boosters, turrets and bays. So you can look at like missile launchers and then hybrid turrets. Maybe small hybrid turrets. Those are pretty cheap to get into. And then once you have collected a whole bunch of different blueprints, then you'll be ready if the market ever shifts. Like if the price of one item is absolutely terrible to make, maybe next week it would be good to make the item because nobody was making that item because it wasn't profitable. So the market has dried up, and then all of a sudden that item is profitable again. So I think we're gonna end the clip here, and then we're gonna see what kind of blueprints we found and maybe install some jobs. 'Cause right now, all we're really doing is mining to collect resources to eventually construct things with. So there we go. That's how quickly your skill tree can change, right? Because even tomorrow we could decide we want to change things, and then we don't want to be industry, although we're gonna try to get it as far as we can. So even if we get like 3 days into training, that's already a lot of the time out. So it would basically just be putting industry on our queue, and then putting random things on if we ever decide to train other things. So here we go. Let's continue mining then. Looks like that asteroid was destroyed. You can check your cargo hold, see your ore hold. Got 442,000 worth of ore. So I guess that's actually not too bad considering when I was running missions. Alright, so we got everything figured out. So I think we're gonna start with blueprints. We're gonna go to ammunition and charges. Then we're gonna go to hybrid charges. And then we're gonna go to small. So here's all the small hybrid charges. I think if we click on this, it'll just show all of them. There we go. Antimatter charge S, and then the iridium, then the iron charge, the lead charge, the plutonium charge, the thorium charge, the tungsten charge, the uranium charge. So they're all pretty cheap, right? They're all less than 100,000 ISK. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it might just cost us like 600,000 ISK to get into the ammunition market. So if we click on any of them, we could see they're being sold in this system actually. So we could go to any of the stations here, and then we should be able to buy them if we sort by jumps. Antimatter charge. So there's only a couple in the system. Looks like maybe they do get bought out, and then maybe they respawn or something. So let's go to this one. It's inside the system. So we could go location, set destination. And I'll just close this for now just because we want to get our last inventory of ore here. So we could deactivate the miners, and then we could go dock at the station. And then I already found a station that we're going to start inventing at. I already found a really good one. So those guys can sit there and mine for a bit. We'll probably come back to mining. Then essentially the first asteroid belt, it was getting pretty mined out, so we flew to the second asteroid belt. And then all these people were here too, so if all the asteroid belts are empty, all you have to do is go here, maybe jump the Stargate and check the next system over, go check some other systems. And then maybe just dock your ores at one of these stations, because pretty soon you're just going to have an industrial ship that can carry all of your ore for you, and then it'll bring it to all of the refineries. And even if we have buy orders, we'll use it to go pick up everything. So now we're inside the station, so we could go to regional market. And then blueprints, so it kept it right. Blueprints, ammunition and charges, hybrid charges, small. Then we go to settings up here, range filter, inside the station. So now we could actually buy all of them. So we could buy the antimatter charge So if we sort by jumps, just make sure it says it's inside the station. So this one's going to cost 100,000, so we could buy that one. And then this one's going to cost 40,000, so that's actually sounds pretty good. Let me just go through the rest. This one's only 20,000 to buy these ones, so they're probably really cheap. They give you the longest range, but I guess they do the least damage. Make lead charges and then plutonium, so station. So we just bought the plutonium ones. Alright. So this is pretty much how easy it would be to get into industry. If you're just starting small, if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of capital to get started with, you just want to get some small, cheaper blueprints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should have all the blueprints. Or maybe it's just that one blueprint wasn't available from all the vendors. Maybe that would be it. Maybe they do actually stay there. It's just this one in particular is only available at these stations. So if we were to set the range to region, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have all of them. So let's just see what other blueprints are here, right? It's just the ammunition and charges, it's just the ships, the shuttle, the Caldari shuttle blueprint. So maybe we could just buy that too. It's available at the station for 50,000. So it looks like these are the only blueprints available here. Yeah, if we don't have any filters show only available, show the ones in the station. We're just looking at all the blueprints. There's just these ones here. Alright, so that makes it simple then. So depending what you were looking at, right, if you were to go to solar system, and then you would all the other blueprints would come up. So if we were looking for like ship equipment, if we were looking for harvest equipment, if we were looking for mining lasers, just click on the mining laser, say it is in the same system, so location, set destination. Then we'd undock from this station. Oh no, we wouldn't. We'd have to throw our blueprints inside our item hanger. So now we could undock from the station. So I don't think we're gonna buy too many things, right? Because our money is gonna run out. I don't think we want to sell the ore exactly. I think we'd want to use the ore to manufacture into other things. So all we have to do is dock at the other station. It would be in the same system, so we don't even have to jump anywhere. So it's really good. You could just stay here, and then everything's pretty much available here. I think the place we were going to do the job at was actually like 3 jumps away, but that's perfectly fine. And here's the station coming right up. So the stations, they're usually by planets all the time.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So then here we go. Now that we are docked inside the station, now if we go to the regional market, right, if we were to look at the regional market again, if we go to blueprints, if we show available in this station, there's going to be whole different blueprints available. We go to ship equipment, mining lasers, miner 1 blueprint. So it's available in the station for 92,000. And then deep core mining 1, how much is that? 3.5 million. So I don't think we're going to manufacture those just yet. And it goes ship modifications, resource processing rigs. Oh, okay, resource processing rigs. Maybe we could use these for something. 750,000, that's pretty expensive. 750,000. So maybe we don't need medium processing rigs. What about ships, shuttles, Caldari? It's just the Caldari shuttle blueprint that we have. Yeah, because we did buy that one. Caldari shuttle blueprint. Okay, ship equipment, it was just the mining lasers, ammunition and charges, mining crystals. Oh, here we go. Looks like in this station you could buy a whole bunch of mining crystals. They cost like, 800,000 for the blueprint, 700,000. 10,700,000. So let's just see if there's anything worth getting. Because maybe the Valdespar ones would be good. Yeah, because they're getting cheaper. It's like 500,000. Well, I guess if we just click on mining crystal, we could just scroll down the list and look at the price that way. 600,000, 550,000. So I imagine the first ones would be cheaper. I mean, like the first ores that you mine, right? Because Plague Chase is pretty cheap up there. So if we look at the Valdespar Mining Crystal 1 blueprint, yours, it's 100,000. So we might as well do that one, Valdespar Mining. And then we'll probably buy the Scordite one as well. So we could buy one of these blueprints. And then we wanted the Scordite blueprint, that was 150,000. And then the Pyroxers blueprint, because those were in the area, so that's going to cost 200,000. So we're just going to be able to make these on our own, and then if other people want them, we could sell them to them. So those were the only three that we really wanted. So now if we just go to the inventory, go to the item hanger, take all the blueprints, put them inside of our venture. Now we have 1 million worth of blueprints in our inventory. So now we're going to have to find a place to industry these. So if we were to go up to the left here, right, we go to industry and then click on industry. All of the facilities will pop up. So if we click on the facilities tab and then we have like all facilities selected within 5 jumps, then we go, what are we searching for? We can search for all activities, manufacturing, material efficiency research, time efficiency research, copying, invention, reaction. So for now, we're just going to go to material efficiency research. And then we could sort it by jumps, right, to see who's closest to us. And then it would just be the third one. So these rows, it's going to be like manufacturing. These are going to be the places that have manufacturing. These are going to be the places that have material efficiency research. So we're going to be looking at those ones. And then there's time efficiency research and copying, invention. So in the second column, we're just going to be looking for anything for the highest one. So there's like 15% plus 20%. I don't think the tax rate's going to really matter for doing this, right? 15, 20%. But then there was a really good one down here. It was like 2 or 3 jumps away. 15%. So if it doesn't have a plus sign by it, then it wouldn't have any bonuses, wouldn't have any rigs installed. So 15%, 15 and 20%, 15, and then 20%, 20%, 10%. So maybe that one's good. 30%. So we're going to have to add this up, right? We're going to have to say the other ones were like 35% or something, 20, 35%. So they're 35% altogether. And this one is 40%. Oh, 50% because of the installed rig bonus. Oh, these ones don't have the installed rig bonus. Alright, so I think that's the one we're going to, right? So we found it, it's within 2 jumps. No, there's also other ones around here too, right? These ones are like 20, 20, 10. So I guess we're just looking for one that says 50% with the structure roll bonus. Oh, job cost modifiers. Okay, so we're looking for something with 40% job duration reduction and 10% job cost. Although job cost wouldn't really cost anything, so all you'd really need was the 40%. And then we're just looking for something close by, so we're gonna pick one of them and fly to them. So maybe 0.1% tax, 0.7. If we could find one in a 1.0 system, that'd be good. Unless they can't be placed in there, because we know that one's in the 0.07 system. But we also seen another one that was down here. 2020, this one's in the 0.8 system. Research hub. So what's the difference? 10% and 4%. So maybe I'll just go to this one. It's a 0.1% job structure bonus. So then if we found our station we're going to, we would set our destination to here. And then we would just undock from these stations. So it's going to, why is it 6 jumps away? Shouldn't be 6 jumps away. It said it was 2 jumps away. Alright, so we figured it out, right? Because we were going here, it said it was 2 jumps away. If we right click it and say set destination, it says it's 6 jumps away. And then when we open up the map to look at the map, we could say we're jumping all the way over here. But Jidda was over here. Yes, Jidda was right up here. So I wonder what happened here. Because if we right click this, it says do not avoid Jidda, the star system. So we don't want to avoid that system. Maybe it's just something I did, but if you ran into that problem, it's probably because you're avoiding a system on the route. Because we've seen there was a route that was 2 jumps. So now that we had that figured out, now we set our destination to there. Yeah, if we try it now, set destination 2 jumps. So we have all of our blueprints. So now it's better, it's 2 jumps instead of 6 jumps. We don't know why that was happening. Alright, so we just arrived at the station. So there's a whole bunch of these stations all over the universe, so it doesn't matter where you are. Maybe you'll be able to find something. Because I know eventually we're going to just go to some random place in the galaxy and probably try to be self-sufficient, or maybe that's not a good thing to do. We'll have to figure that out. So if we go to the inventory, we have all of our blueprints now, right? All of our ammunition blueprints, our crystals, the mining laser, and then the shuttle. So if we drag them to the item hanger, now all the blueprints are here inside the station. Well, we can just do it how we always do. Up in the left in the neocom, go to industry. And then we can go to blueprints. Then once it loads up, it's just going to load up all the blueprints owned by me in the current station. So we could also say like all facilities or other blueprints, but we'll just do a current station because we know they're in the current station. So if we wanted to click on one of the blueprints, it would add it to the list. We're doing material efficiency research, so no input materials. Okay, so material efficiency, job runs. Oh, how many job runs can we do? Research blueprint. So if we were to put it to 10 job runs, that would take 1 day and 21 hours. So pretty much 2 days. Okay, and then the job duration bonus, installed rig 20%, structure bonus 20%. And the job cost, installed rig negative 10%, structure roll bonus negative 4%. So you can see it's barely gonna cost anything for the job cost. It's just mainly how long things are gonna take. Alright, so yeah, just basically try to find a amount of job runs for how long you think you're gonna be on for. So we think we're gonna be on in 8 hours, or at least we're gonna be able to check the game in 8 hours. And then we're probably gonna check the blueprints, and then we're gonna throw different blueprints in here. So job runs 8, that's pretty fine. Or if you weren't going to be back until tomorrow or after tomorrow, just set it for 9 job runs or something. You just want to try to be using this all the time. So or if you were just going to be on for a little bit more, maybe just do 7 job runs and then maybe put something else on for the night or something. But essentially, I think we just want everything level 8 for now. I think level 8 is just fine enough. Although, like I said, if you're going off for the night, then just put something on for like 9 hours, and then tomorrow you could probably collect it. So we'll just do 8 runs of the antimatter charge S blueprint. So it's going to decrease the materials required. So if we do that, we could start this. We're doing material efficiency research. Make sure you have that selected. And then we can start the job. So now we could also put another one in because we researched laboratory operation. So I'm just gonna put these in quick, and then we'll go over the skill that we got. So we can just go like radium charge. So it doesn't have anything researched, right? They're all 0%. So we're gonna try to get them all up to 8%. Eventually, maybe 10%. 8% is basically close enough, right? For all the time. Especially for the later blueprints, because you're gonna be here. It'll be like it'll take like 2 days to train this long, and then it'll be like it'll take 15 days to take for the next 2 levels. So you're gonna have to really think about how much time everything takes to research at this point. So it's really good for the smaller ones because they don't take a huge amount of time. So we could come check back in 8 hours, and then when these are done, we could maybe level some more up to level 8 or 9, depending on when we think we're going to be coming back. So we'll probably have to put something on until level 9, and then just considering we're not going to be back for we're not going to be back within the 8 hours. So if you go to your character skill, we actually did some other changes with here too, because we just said we wanted industry, and then we just wanted mass production so we could produce things quickly. And then we just got the mining level 4, industry level 4, industry level 5, and we removed the other things for right now. That's pretty good. We know we'll be able to produce more things. But then in science, we got a laboratory operation up to level 2, so it allows us to run 3 science jobs at once. And then we could upgrade that skill to do 4 science jobs, and then 5, and then 6. And then there's advanced laboratory operations, so I believe you could run up to 11 jobs at once. And then maybe next episode we're going to construct things, but since these are here and since we're just researching everything, we have all the blueprints inside this station, so maybe we could even remotely change them from where we are. So we're just going to go back to where we were. We're going to go back to this station, so set the destination, undock, and then we're just going to basically be going in mining for a little bit while these things sit here and research. And then maybe at the end of the day, in 8 hours, we'll come back here and then we'll figure out what to do with them. So there we go. We basically found out how to research things. We're not constructing anything yet. We don't really have very good blueprints, but by tomorrow we're gonna have some good blueprints to start building with, plus the skills to queue up more than one job at a time. So we're just gonna keep mining for a little bit, collecting resources, leveling up our skills, and then figuring things out about industry. Maybe we could even look at the regional market and then try to put in some buy offers while we're waiting. I think we probably could even do like some construction in between while the things are researching. If we get the advanced industry, right? As soon as we get mass production up to level 3 or level 2, we might as well just go and throw 2 or 3 construction jobs on the queue. So we'll have something to do in 4 or 5 hours, and then something to do in 8 hours. And then mining should train in 1 day. Industry should train in 1 day. Then it's basically just industry level 5 that would be left that we would slowly chip at as we wait for the 4 days and 21 hours to go and pass by. And then we're just going to be mining in the same spot we've always been mining, so there's no reason to go next door unless all the resources are taken up. So I think next episode we're probably going to research the industrial transfer ship by then as well. So if we just go right click, well, those asteroid fields were already cleared. What if we go to this one? Because if these asteroid fields are cleared, then we're going to have to jump through the Stargate and then start mining in the next door field, and then go to the station over there. So maybe that'll be next episode too. Oh, and then at this asteroid field, there's 3 pirates, so I think we should get out of here. So we could go mining and try to go to a different asteroid field, because I'm pretty sure they're going to try to attack us. I don't think it'd be safe if there was pirates here. If there was like 3 of them against our venture. We don't have any drones. Oh yeah, they are targeting us. So if you go to the asteroid belt, you're not 100% safe. Maybe there will be enemies there. But we are in a 0.8 system. I think if we're in a 0.9 and a 1.0 system, we don't have to deal with those. Yeah, because these guys are destroying these wrecks. So maybe we should even try to just find some off place in 1.0, considering all these asteroid belts are done. So if we open up the star map, we could go look around, see what's over here. We could say Jitta's over in this direction. Try to jump 1 jump away to maybe this place here. That would work. That's 1 jump. This place would work. That's 1 jump away. Then what does it lead to? Oh, this is over by where we started at. Alright, maybe that'd be a good place to go, because then we could go explore over in this direction or something. The 0.6 system. Is there? Oh, this leads directly to low security and null security or something. Looks like it's just a dead end. Oh, there's an entrance into low security just over here. how many pilots were in the place. Because we already looked at this part before, but if we go to geography and statistics, average pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. 20 pilots in the system. Alright, what about ships destroyed in the last 24 hours? Could say 296 ships have been destroyed in the last 24 hours, so we're pretty close to a null security system. So I think the way to check would be, say, we'd show info, we'd check orbital bodies, and then we'd check out how many asteroid belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a bunch of asteroid belts next door, and it's not that far away, so we could jump through the Stargate here.
Warp drive active.
52 ships destroyed, 6 ships destroyed, 23 ships have been destroyed there in the last 24 hours. And then in Jeddah, it's like 287, so that low security space is just as bad as Jeddah then. So I think we're just going to arrive at our new destination here, and then we're gonna find we're gonna pick some station to drop off all of our ores at, and then we'll just come pick everything up at some point. So if you jump through a Stargate, and then you go to mining, there's gonna be more asteroid belts. So what if we go to the closest one? If we right click in space, we don't have our saved points anymore, right? So we're gonna have to create new ones, because your saved points are different for each area. So basically, if you're in this pocket of space, then you go to another part of space, they won't be there anymore. But now there shouldn't be any pirates out here to attack us. So there might be ventures and stuff. Oh, looks like there's maybe like one guy. He's in a venture. So that would be a pilot. Group retriever. Neutral. So we could click on the dense Feldspar that we're going to, and we could do the same thing. Right click, save location, Feldspar S1. So now whenever we jump into this system, we can just warp directly to the Feldspar, and then maybe we'll even find a place to dock at. And then we'll maybe look at what is the survey scanner, because we got the survey scanner, but I never said anything about it. So basically, when you're in space and you're mining, you could buy the survey scanner 1. It's not expensive or anything. Show info. I think it was just like 8,000 or something in Jeddah. So yeah, it's like less than 20,000. So if you were to use it, you would just click on the survey scanner. Here it just shows where all the rocks are, how far they are, what they are, but your scanner will show you what they have inside them, right? So if we're looking for concentrated Feldspar, there's only one here, volume 1800, distance, so we could lock onto that target. And it shows that it has 1845 M3 left, so let's take some from there. And then maybe we'll go with dense Feldspar, because we know dense Feldspar is ridiculous for some reason. So we're trying to mine the one that's worth the most actually this time. So then we could lock onto this target. Oh, and then I'll show which, if you're locked onto it on the left hand side too. Perfect. But then you could rescan it again, then it'll update it. And it'll show that you are locked onto these ones. And then as you mine it and other people mine it, it'll show how many has been taken out. So you'll know ahead of time before an asteroid is depleted, so you won't have to waste your mining cycles if you're actually sitting here. So now we'll just render the episode, we'll come back mining, we'll see when our research jobs are done, and see when we start actually putting in manufacturing jobs. Oh, here, and then one more thing, because I was wondering why the other market orders weren't showing up, because we are in the same system, right? If we click here, the constellation doesn't change. If we were to click on Jeddah, it does change because it's a different system. Oh, it's because in the market, right, if you click on these settings here, you could say range filter solar system. We could set it to region again. And then all the things will actually come up from the I Choose You trade market. So that was just some little clip to show you that how do you fix your range if you can't find anything on the market. So we can see the buy offers, the sell offers. We can see everything again. And then we could just sit here and mine. And And then we just pretty much pick a station to dock all of our things at. So like a trade market, industries. So, so I wonder if we could find a station with like refining or something, services, docking, fitting, repair shop. So maybe it has to be a refinery or something. Oh, services, fitting, repair shop, docking, trade market. Manufacturing standard. Alright, anyways, I think that's pretty much it.